The elements of this case are odd at best.
The violent deaths of an elderly woman and her 2 adult sons inside this Escambia County, Florida home may be tied to witchcraft.
The method of the murder, blunt force trauma, slit throats, positions of bodies, and then our person of interest has some ties to a faith and or religion that is indicative of that.
The victims identified as 77-year-old Von Seal Smith, 47-year-old John William Smith, and 49-year-old Richard Thomas Smith. All 3 of them were killed with a claw hammer. All 3 had their throats slit. Richard Thomas also had a gunshot wound to the head.
The crime scene was very complex and took several days to work.
Investigators have been talking to neighbors who say the family was very reclusive. Richard Thomas Smith worked for the Department of Homeland Security. His position is not believed to be the reason why the family was targeted.
There was a sizable amount of cash found at the house inside a safe that was not taken. So we believe that we can safely rule out robbery as the primary motive.
So authorities are turning their attention to the possibility that what happened inside this house was part of a ritualistic killing. And it's not the first time we've heard of a case like this. Last year in Houston, a 15-year-old girl was kidnapped and murdered. Her killers reportedly committed the crime during a satanic ritual. Authorities in Florida, meanwhile, aren't offering specifics on the type of beliefs or religion that could be behind the triple homicide. But experts say ritualistic killings have very specific characteristics.
Each person has to be killed in a particular way. You know, a certain kind of injury has to be inflicted on each person. The bodies have to be put together in a particular way. That's the nature of ritual. If you deviate from that formula, the ritual ceases to be effective.
Authorities believe the victims were killed sometime last week on Tuesday. Their bodies weren't found until Friday. The timing, they say, coincides with last week's blue moon, but authorities have not said how. Alina Machado, CNN, Miami.